Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Aggelos from the Dungeon Crawler Network. I am here on my main character in Guild Wars 2. That's it right there. Right? He's pretty. He's a guardian, obviously. Alright, main reason why I'm making this little video is because today, as you can see here on my account medals for all the different stuff, joining all these different groups, my PvP rank, which is pitiful, World v World rank, which is not much better, map completion. But you see there's a little blank icon, legendary treasures, equip a legendary weapon. Well, today I have collected all the materials that I need for my legendary greatsword, Sunrise. Let's go ahead and log in. I've been working on this since the game came out. I was in beta and was playing around on this and played very, very heavily at launch and all the way through. I actually got my... Let's minimize all this stuff. I actually got my Dawn, which is the precursor weapon, during the South Sun event. The South Sun Cove Island that was released. They had a big event for when this island came out. And the final Karka, which once you beat, she dropped a big chest. Now, a lot of legendary precursors dropped during this time, and I got my Dawn, which was the exact one I was after, which excited me a lot. Kind of made Thais angry, my wife, because that was kind of our thing that we always said afterwards, that anytime she'd argue with me, I'd be saying something like, at least I got Dawn, because she's going after Twilight, the legendary sword Twilight, the counterpart to mine. She plays a Mesmer. Alright, obviously for those who don't know, I'm sure many probably do if you're watching this, that in order to create a legendary, you need to use the Mystic Toilet, aka Mystic Forge, and combine the gift of the weapon type, a gift of mastery, a gift of fortune, and a precursor weapon in order to create the legendary weapon. Now, there's several minor steps in between each one, like the precursor is pretty much the only one that is a single item. A lot of these other ones, Gift of Mastery, Gift of Fortune, and Gift of Sunrise, require a bunch of different other ingredients in order to use. Such as, for the Sunrise, other than the precursor weapon, the Gift of Fortune is actually broken down into 4 smaller packages that you have to combine. The Gift of Magic, which requires you to collect 250 of all the T6 mats, the elaborate totems, the crystalline dust, powerful venom sacs, and powerful venom blood. The Gift of Fortune is not unique to this legendary. Actually, the only thing that is unique to each legendary is the precursor weapon, and the gift of this one is Sunrise. These are unique for this. They require unique materials to an extent. The Gift of Sunrise itself has a few things that might go back and forth, which we'll talk about in a minute. But the Gift of Fortune right here also then requires a Gift of Might, which is 250 of Ancient Bone, Armored Scale, Vicious Claw, and Vicious Fang, 250 globs of Ectoplasm, and which you get from breaking down armor and equipment that is rare quality or above, and I think it only starts at level 76. And then of course you need 77 of these Mystic Clovers, which you combine in the Mystic Forge with a Mystic Coin, Obsidian Shard, Philosopher's Stone, and Glob of Ectoplasm, and hope you get your 77. I already did that, so I have some extras over here. The Gift of Mastery, again, this is unique to, or not unique, this is one that's shared by all legendaries, and someone just running by with the legendary Bifrost staff. She's very pretty and in my video right now. The Gift of Mastery requires a Bloodstone Shard, which you can buy from this lady right over here, Miyani.
Excuse me?
And it costs you 200 skill points. After you level up to 80, you continue to level and get skill points, at least until the next expansion. And then you buy this Bloodstone Shard. You need a Gift of Battle, which you make from combining 500 marks of, or badges of honor, which you get from World v World. A Gift of Exploration, which I don't have here in my bag, but it's in my bank. You get 2 of them for getting 100% map completion. So you get enough of those per character for 2 legendaries. You only need 1, so I still have 1 in my bag for if I ever work on another legendary. And then you also need 250 obsidian shards, which at the time when I did mine, the only way to get them was in ore. Specifically in the Kershore, I believe. No, not the Kershore. The Malkor's Leap? No, it was not. Ah, here it is. It is the Straits of Devastation. This event right here, Cathedral of Glory's Victory, the Temple of Balthazar, when you finish this event, a vendor would come up and would allow you to buy them for karma, which is a currency you get from doing the world events, non-tradable. Finally, the Gift of Sunrise, which you see right here, is a combination of 4 other gifts, or 4 other things. One is a Superior Sigil of Strength, which you can craft or buy. They're often expensive. 100 Icy Runestones. This is more or less nothing more than a gold drop because you buy them off of a vendor. Here in Frostgorge Sound, the vendor's actually right here. Well, right here anyway. After the Claw of Jormag event, you can actually talk to him and you buy them. They're, I think, 10... How many you need? 100? They're like a gold a piece, I think it is. So it's 100 gold expenditure, unless they upped it. Now, again, I bought it when they were 1 gold a piece. The next thing you need, which is Gift of Metal, which is quasi-unique. Quasi-unique because if it's a metal item, you have to do this. If it were the legendary staff, you need Gift of Wood, which you need 250 of the 4 top-tier metal ingredients. In this case, it was 250 platinum ingots, 250 orichalcum ingots, 250 mithril ingots, and 250 dark steel ingots. The orical was probably the hardest to get because that's a sort of a rare material. The rest were very easy. The unique one is the Gift of Light. For that, I needed a Gift of Ascalon, which was I need to collect 500 Ascalonian Tears, which are a currency you get from doing this dungeon right here, the Ascalonian Catacombs, in anything other than story mode. So by doing this, you get the Tears, the Ascalonian Tears. After you got 500 of them, you could buy them from a merchant in Lion's Arch. You needed 250 hardened leather squares. Again, that's just a crafting material. It wasn't very hard to come by. It was a higher end, the highest end crafting material, but it wasn't that bad. 250 orichalcum ingots. Again, it was sort of expensive, but not really. And then you needed 100 charged lodestones. Now, this one was very expensive for me to get because I had to farm gold. It was easier than farming the high-level mobs to get it to drop. Because if I remember correctly, the only place that they drop, or one of the best places, is off lightning elementals in the higher-level zones. Specifically, if I remember correctly, this field, when it's positive, meaning that this temple is taken, they spawn in this field, and also, I think, up in this direction near the, there it is, the Selah Bite? Yeah. There, along that ridge, and then over here by the Lights Waypoint, right along down that valley. Now, that's not all the time, only when this temple is cleared. Okay. And then mix them all together, you got yourself a Gift of Light, and then you just mix all those together to get the Gift of Sunrise. So, now that I have my precursor weapon, my Gift of Mastery, my Gift of Fortune, and my Gift of Sunrise, I come up here to the Mystic Toilet, and we mix them all together. Dawn, Gift of Sunrise, Gift of Fortune, and Gift of Mastery. These items create a match. Hit Forge to generate the new item.
You can never have too much treasure.
There it is. Reward you with Sunrise. Ooh, I like it. I like it. Accept. Put those down there. I have this whole bag now of things to do. Alright. I will equip my sword, make it account bound. Legendary Collector, 1 unique and skin unlocked, Sunrise. Now, the thing I like most about this is the legendaries in Guild Wars 2. If you don't play it, Guild Wars 2 is a very skill-based game. It's not really gear-based. The Ascended gear is pretty much the highest you can get. It's very hard to craft, but it's a power plateau. You really don't get any stronger from gear once you have Ascended gear, which, if you check here, I have Ascended rings, but that's about it. And now, this Legendary. Now, Legendary essentially is the same statage as a Ascended, so it's the highest damaging weapon here. So, now that I got it, the neat thing about Legendaries is they don't really give anything special, but they are very unique in the look. And there goes someone right now. You notice that on the ground, when you walk, you actually leave puddles of pure sunlight. It's supposed to mirror the daylight sky. When you pull it out, obviously it is very bright and shiny, and the morning dawn light is in the blade. When you swing it around, you get a very unique morning trail. So this is Sunrise. Now, as you see, as I'm walking around, no other weapon other than the Sunrises and other things like that. No, the legendary weapons all have a very unique something about them. But normal weapons don't have this sort of flair. It's just a way of standing out in the crowd. And what a way to stand out. So there we go. After, well, a very, very long time, my Guardian now has his legendary Sunrise. Alright. Well, thank you so much for watching this. I just wanted to do this little short video because I was very excited about getting this, because I've been working on it for a very, very long time. When the game first came out, and I was researching and looking at the legendary weapons and stuff, because I knew they had very legendary were something that they were going to have, not from Guild Wars 1 really, but it was something they were doing that's quasi-unique, but it was a way of, you know, making yourself very distinguished in the community and in the game. I started looking through all the legendaries, and as soon as I saw this one, I wanted it and started saving up from it from day one. Everything I did was to get this weapon. Like, I would say, if I got a piece of item, a piece of gear that went towards this, it got saved in the bank towards this legendary. So, I guess my next step would be to pick another legendary and go. Honestly, probably one of my favorite things is the combination of the two great swords, Sunrise and Twilight, to create the great sword Eternity, which changes based on whether it's day or night. So maybe that'll be my next goal. The last thing we'll do, we'll log out here and go to the character select screen. And obviously look at my account. I now have a legendary treasure. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching, and of course, be sure to check out DungeonCrawlerNetwork.com for more of our videos for all the games that we cover, and specifically the Let's Play videos for Guild Wars 2 in preparation for Guild Wars 2 Heart of Thorns. Have a good night.